Okay, you guys, so let's get the rest of this lesson finished. So basically the last part is about summation, and that means adding all those terms up. So let me show you what those could possibly look like. So I don't know if you've ever remember seeing an E. Okay, down at the bottom, it's going to have x equals something, I equals something, whatever it would be. This is where they want you to start. So that's like your first term. And then up here, they're going to have some number, and this is where they want you to end. Okay. Over here, they will have something for you to do. So I'm just going to write tells you what to do. Okay. So they just want you to find the sum of the first n terms of the sequence. Now, before I jump to these examples, there's some things that I need to make sure you understand. In the first one that I need you to make sure that you know is what factorial means. Okay, so I'm going to switch colors real quick. Factorial just means that I take a number, for instance, like 4 factorial, and we go 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That's all you have to do. So if you look at this first one, this means I would need to do 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 on the top, all over 2 times 1 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So as you can see, all of these cancel with all of these. And then 2 goes into 8 4 times. So that means my answer would be 28. Now you're probably thinking, okay, is there a faster way? There actually is. So when you're looking at your problem, ask yourself which one is bigger. So in this case, I got 2 on the bottom, so my 6 is bigger. So what I would want to do is just do 8 times 7 times 6 factorial all over 2 times 1 and then times 6 factorial. So I can just cancel those out, then do my 2 goes into 8, 4, and then 4 times 7 is also 28. So that would be the fastest way to do it. So we'll practice it on the second one. So the second one, which number is bigger? So in this case, it's the 7. So you would want to go right 9 times 8 times 7 factorial all over 3 times 2 times 1 times 7 factorial. So these cancel. 3 goes into 9 3 times, 2 goes into 8 4 times. So my answer is just 3 times 4, which is 12. Those factorial ones are actually one of my favorites. Okay, so now let's actually go practice those sums. So if you look at this problem, just my Microsoft Word kind of messed up. Know that this goes here, and then this is actually on top, okay? So that looks a little confusing, so I'm just going to rewrite it, just so that you can see what it actually looks like. Okay, so basically what this is telling me, that it wants me to plug in a 1. This is where I start. So 2 times 1 plus 3 is 5. And I go all the way until a 4. This is my end. So 2 times 2 plus 3, 7. 2 times 3 plus 3 is 9. 2 times 4 plus 3 is 11. Now remember, I'm doing a summation, so I want the sum. So what is all of these numbers added up? Answer is 32. Okay, so I'm going to change color since I kind of wrote a lot there. So the next one is the same thing, but this time it wants me to start with a 2. So I'm going to go 2 plus 2 cubed. Answer's 10. 2 plus 3 cubed is 29. 2 plus 4 cubed, 66. 2 plus 5 cubed is 127. Add them up, you get 232. Now, if there's any time with this video, you guys, you are more than welcome to pause me. You work out the problem and then see if you get the right answer. There is nothing wrong with that. Okay, last one. Whew, we got to do it 6 times. So here we go. So 2 over 1 factorial. That would be just a 2. 2 over 2 factorial would mean 2 over 2 times 1. So our answer is 1. 2 over 3 times 2 times 1, because it's 3 factorial. 2's would cancel. I'm left with 1/3. 2 over 4 factorial, so 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 2's cancel, so it's 1 over 12. So if you notice, basically I'm taking, let me box it up. I'm taking this one and then adding one more number to it. And it's kind of starting to show me a pattern. So we'll have 2 over 5 factorial, so 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 2's cancel. So basically I'm just, as you can see, I have an extra 5, so 5 times 12 is 60. So I have 1 over 60. And then we'll do it again. So 2 over 6 factorial. So basically I am adding 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 2's cancel. 6 times 60 is over 1 over 360. So now I just need to add all of these up, and it is approximate 3.436. Okay. So the last type of questions you would have to do is you have to write it. So based off of this one, you have to go write a summation for it. So if you want to get your summation, see if you can figure out where it starts at, what number, and you figure out where you think it ends, okay? So basically when you're looking at this, you should figure out what is changing, and that will help you. So if you want to, pause me real quick, see if you can do it, and then unpause me. So here we go. So if you notice, this is what's changing, okay? So I start by plugging in a 1, so I'm just going to say x equals 1. I end with a 9. So, sorry, not x equals, just a 9. Then, notice, if that's the only thing changing, why can't I just put an x there? So that would be 1 over 3x, and therefore I'm done. Okay, so summation, biggest thing is you're still plugging in a 1, finding out what the first term is. Plugging in a 2, finding out what that term is. Once you get done with all your terms, then basically you are just adding them up.